Imagine a conscious contact with God so strong that no matter what you are doing or not doing, that no matter what your kids are up to or not up to, and that whether you've got the person of your dreams or they're just not cooperating, that you are happy, content, and at peace. A space where everyone else's thoughts, attitudes, and actions are beautiful and exactly as they are supposed to be. Well, this is the space where I like to play. My name is Mischa Z, and this is today's Bitch Slap. Join me as I shed light on the thoughts, actions, and attitudes that are causing you pain, and we train our minds to go to the capital S inner self, the joy that is waiting for us, the God within. Here we go. What has happened today already by noon? Yes, it's 12:24. First off, it's shower day. Just why not? Full disclosure, live open, right? Would you like the illusion that I'm clean and shiny all the time and well shaven? Well, that is just that. That is an illusion because, as I've stated, I am embracing my dirty hippie side. And I just funny as I said that, I was thinking, why do I have the impression that hippies are dirty? Huh. Still sort of woundy, but that's okay. If you're a hippie and you're dirty, I apologize. No, I don't apologize. I'm one with you. If you're a hippie and you're clean, I apologize. That I am implying that you must be physically in a non-clean state to be a hippie, whatever. That's a beautiful rant. I'm going to work on that. I'm hopeful that people will hang in there through that. And one day I will be able to let it go. But clearly not yet. But today is shower day. I'm sufficiently dirty. It is time to clean up and to shave. I have a good 5, 6, 7 day beard, and it is time to shave. Yes. So I was thinking along the lines of this podcast that I do, the Bitch Slap, and how it's, the universe giving me a little schwack on the side of the head. Hey, wake up, kook. Because it turns out you might be the problem. I'm actually pulling up I'm pulling up my podcast description on Apple Podcasts right now because yes, indeed, Apple so graciously accepted my podcast and is letting me play in their arena. So super grateful, Apple, because when I obsessively check if I had any views or listens or downloads or whatever it's called, and actually I will go a day, if you can believe that, as a new podcaster without checking. And it's tremendous freedom when I can do that. So anyhow, a reminder that our egos, here it is, my description, a reminder that our egos hidden in our self-righteous agendas are our main source of pain. And although we don't like to admit it, I want to go to the don't like to admit it part and that the self-righteous agenda. So quick discussion on the self-righteous agenda. That is, I will use it with my friend and her podcast episode. My self-righteous agenda is, this is what would be best for you. Right? And so I'm like, I know that this will be good for you. This will help you change or help you heal, right? Like she's not already healed or past it, or maybe she's just like, it doesn't matter, right? The illusion that I think somebody else needs to heal is just that. It means I need to heal. And so I was thinking of it in regards to, the experience that I've talked about in the last few episodes and the interview with my friend. And This is not about her, right? Like and the more I realize it, I'm like, she's in a perfect space with it. It's me that's in the state of upheaval. But that my agenda with the podcast is, oh, I'm going to be helping other people realize that they've got this self-righteous agenda that's causing them psychic pain. When really it's, I need to learn it even more myself. And this is such a good reminder for me. Like, and it might be benign, right? I imagine some people could be listening to this and could be saying, well, this sure is a benign experience and that's so minor. Other people may be like, yeah, you are a complete some bitch, but whatever. But nonetheless, I have more of an agenda than I like to admit. And I had another thought around that. It's like I like to act like, oh yes, I'm moving from the capital S self that, the capital S self within and being directed by God, my higher power, the source, the divine. And then it's like, well, in reality, I could be in complete delusion about myself and really just trying to get ego satisfaction by creating a podcast where I gather followers or interested parties, or maybe I'm really just trying to get chicks, right? Like, who knows? More will be revealed. Anyhow, it's just a funny thought I had about that the other day. So yeah, the self-righteous agenda. Yes, hopefully this helps you, because I think about it. I'm like, gosh, I'm trying to be of service with what I'm doing, and perhaps the way it's helping me be of service is it's shedding light on my own selfish agenda and how I project that onto people. And so I will just actually get better at not doing that to other people, because ultimately I'm the one who needs to learn it. And, everything else around that is really just an illusion. And I can explain more of what I mean about that another day, but just suffice it to say that I could sum up my experience with how, I posted an episode and was trying to justify it. Like, it's funny, as I've told a couple of friends about my experience, I've really shortened the story. And the story is basically, yeah, I recorded this episode. I had a lot invested into it. And I kind of manipulated the situation and went ahead and posted it, or published it, the proper term. Let's get our terms right. And went ahead and published it. And yeah. And then I realized, yeah, you're kind of being a dick. Take it down. And also, like, I put it up when I shouldn't have. And then when I was asked to take it down, I left it up longer than I should have in the process of taking it down. Right. So just so funny. And again, like, I hope I'm not creating this scenario where people are like, what the hell was in that episode? There was nothing in the episode. It was fully benign in in whatever. I am not trying to discount any. Simply, I was asked not to do something. I did it anyway. And then when I was asked to fix the problem, I took longer than I should have to fix the problem. Simple as that. End of story, right? And I tried to hide it in my self-righteous agenda of, I know what's the best for you. I know what's best for the world. Look at how I'm trying to help people, right? But what was Mischa's self-righteous agenda? It was that I wanted to have content up. I wanted to look good. I wanted to not look bad, right? Like, oh, you put something up and then you took it down. Like, ultimately, who cares? And it's kind of super funny now. I'm like, that's actually kind of awesome that an episode number that was there is now gone. So super excited to have that on my podcast. So wow. What else? There was some other fears and stuff like that. And of course, who wants to admit that they're a some bitch, right? Or that, hey, Mischa, it is advanced spirituality, actually can still be run by his own agenda. So I'm like, oh my gosh, what are my agendas, man? What is Mischa's self-righteous agenda? Where is it flaring up? And I'm in complete denial. Um, Hold please. I need to, where's my little, I'm going to pause the recording just for 1 second. So anywho, I'm back. I just needed to regather my thoughts because I was like, did I sufficiently close this loop and did I answer everything? So let's go through it first. Shower day. Got to shower. Yes, got to shower and shave. It's today. One day I'm going to actually have a YouTube channel up where, because this is being recorded on Zoom and many of my episodes now are being recorded on Zoom. So my unruly, unwashed hair could be seen. And my 5-day aftergrowth, whatever, beard, 1 week beard. Anyhow, so the self-righteous agenda, I'm doing this podcast because I need to learn it even more. And I don't like to admit it because I want to be the superest, the bestest, the mostest, versus just the humanist. Just be human with the rest of the humans. Anyway, I'm going to move on from that and go to yes, this was it. Thank you for bearing with me as I'm stumbling, bumbling, mumbling. I was able to apologize again and actually say to my friend, like, hey, I'm sorry I put that up when I shouldn't have. Right? Setting aside anything that may have, right? Just like, hey, I shouldn't have put it up. I'm sorry. And hey, I took too long to take it down. I am truly sorry about that. I left, I apologize for that this morning. And then I also was like, you know what? I'm sorry for the psychic damage that and the tension that it caused in your life. Like, anything can I do to make it up? And and what else? I said something else, but bottom line, she was so sweet to me, and she's like, you know what? I learned so much too, and this is so awesome to be on this journey with you. And I guess that's another fear that we can have, or as a human, it's like, man, if I cop to my self-righteous agenda, to my ego, to me trying to force what I want under the guise of helping you, how often do I do that with my kids, my friends? Like, wow, it's probably going on, even though I've like stripped away a lot of that. Clearly there's more to go. But I just got such a sweet message back, and she still loves me, and there's a ton of love out there for me. Now I'm done with that. So moving on. I was so excited today to have this experience. A friend of mine who was wanting to start a podcast was like, hey man, I'm really having fun listening to your podcast, and I liked the way you started it out. Like, help me do it. So, oh my gosh, like how fun confirmation is that like I seem to be at least on the right path a little bit, and I'm already going to be able to help somebody with their publishing and embracing, the message that they want to carry, like help them get up and running. So what a gift right there. So can't wait to do that. Also, I will promote next Friday's interview. I'm very excited to have. There's a bar called the Belly Up. It's actually more of a club called the Belly Up here in Encinitas, and I believe there's also one in Aspen or somewhere. But super cool club / tavern where just they bring in very fantastic. There's a new verb for you. I think I'm saying that right. Verb. Fantastic bands, and they could be old, new, up and coming, what have you, but just super cool vibe. A lot of fun. And anyway, the Belly Up Tavern, they have this. super cool art. And so I grew up, in the, well, not, it doesn't matter. In Berkeley, where I hung out a bit as a youth, late teen, excuse me, 13, I had an opportunity to start hanging out in Berkeley some, where my stepdad Bob lived. And the art there, all the art on Telegraph, the cool like 60s art posters used to fascinate me when I was young. And lots of the little stores sold on Telegraph, and the Haight and things like that sold the cool 60s, the Hendrix posters and the Who and Janis Joplin and then the more obscure bands too, just this really beautiful, creative, psychedelic style art. And so at the Belly Up Tavern, I've had an opportunity when I first moved to Encinitas about what was it? I don't know, back in tail end of 2001, to start hanging out with with spiritually minded people in the morning at the Belly Up. So funny. So kicking it at the Belly Up with like-minded friends, and there's walls of their art, walls of their posters for their bands, and it's very reminiscent of the 60s style art, and these band posters they're one of my favorite things in the world. So for a good many years, I would just look at that art and be like, who can even come up with that? And guess what? Turns out I met him, and now he's a friend, and he's a local to Encinitas, and Craig is his name. And so we're going to do an interview, and hopefully that interview will land one day. I shouldn't set the expectation. So funny now that I think about it. I'm like, holy mackerel. The interview might not happen after all. You know how that goes. You plan something, and then, you know what? I'm going to take this as a lesson. And that reminds me of the other thing that I wanted to say that came from my self-righteous agenda. Thank you, universe. Man, it's been an awesome ramble there for a minute. But so, lesson learned. Don't talk about an episode until it's been recorded, and perhaps I've gotten the thumbs up to publish it. But I believe, Craig, that should go over. But anyway, nonetheless, at some point, I'm going to have an interview with the man who creates the most, in my mind, beautiful, inspiring, creative style posters that one can come across. And he is got a great perspective on life. So we all have that to look forward to. So the other thing, in regards to the interview, there's no doubt that as I interview people about their bitch slap moments or those raw moments, that people might be willing in the moment, due to the space, to really embrace and talk about it, and perhaps some stuff that is still raw, and where they're like, hey, so my current spiritual mentor was like, hey, what a great lesson, right? This is obviously going to probably happen again. Why wouldn't it? As you talk to people who perhaps aren't used to, publishing in that regard, like it might feel that they need to wait a little bit. So you can actually help set that scenario up for them, that you can say, hey, over the next few days, these might be some feelings that come up. So let's make sure to communicate about them and make sure that we're comfortable with what we've created. And then if the time isn't now, perhaps it will be in the future. But then let's say it's in 6 months where somebody goes, assuming this happens again, somebody could go, yeah, that was super fun, but I think it's might be a little too raw for me still. Cool. Well, when it's not too raw, or when you do feel open, or not open, that's not the right word. I don't want to make it sound judgmental. It's just like, I have a history of just wearing my stuff on my sleeve, even when I'm not in awareness about it, or meaning I don't know what it means yet, but I'm just like, this is what I'm feeling and going through, and that is not good nor bad. It just is what it is. It takes all kinds in the world to make the world go round. So I can be, a little bit towards this side of the pendulum. Other people can be more towards the other side of the pendulum. But that if something needed to wait 6 months, perhaps, before it got published, and then the time came like, hey, yeah, I think that episode, I'm down for having you publish our interview. It would be great to do a pre-interview. Like, all right, awesome. What changed? What was the shift? Like, tell me how what are you seeing differently, or maybe how have you healed, or maybe the emotions have tempered, or maybe it's fear driven, or who knows, right? Like, what's shifted? And then really it would be another beautiful, awesome experience to communicate that. So um, there we go. I had one other topic that I was going to talk about, but I think I have gone on for my good 8 minutes. So I'm going to end there. I love everybody today, including myself. It turns out, what did I text? I'm going to tell you what I texted. Hold, please. Thank you for waiting. Dawn, my boy's mom and dear friend and ex-wife, used to always say, hold, please. And I love that. I'd be like, I need something now. She'd say, hold, please. It's one of my favorite things in the world to say now. So thank you, Dawn, for that. Hold, please. Here we go. Ready? Turns out, this is what I texted. Turns out I oftentimes have an agenda. And I love that. Smiley face, exclamation point. We get to love the dark side and then grow from that. Turns out I oftentimes have an agenda. And I love that. Later. Thank you for spending time with me today. As someone who is committed to growth and service to this world, I so appreciate your willingness to come with me, go within, and serve our world through change. If you found value in this podcast and you know someone who can use this message, share this episode with them. Share it so our mission can be achieved one episode at a time. And of course, subscribe so you can hear more. And lastly, for my free Insider's Guide to Finding Peace, go to belove.media/peace. That's B as in boy, ELOVE.media/PEACE. It's my 8-step guide to finding peace now. It's a super powerful tool. I use it all the time. Check it out. I'm offering it to you for free. Thank you again for listening.